What's good with y'all? Today I'll be sharing the rendering process of the cover of my first zine/art book titled Dead End. It's for a pop-up shop that'll take place in October called the Monster Market. Everything there will be spooky themed, and since I always wanted to make an art book of my own, I feel like this is the perfect opportunity. Now, the most important thing that you want when it comes to rendering, and I ain't gonna repeat myself many times now, so I want you to hear me loud and clear when I say this. Hold these words dear, near and dear to your heart. The thing that you need when it comes to rendering is reference. You need all kinds of references. Big references, small references, tall references, ball tweet fall references. You want to have them things on hand. You want to use Google, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok, whatever social media you own, Discord, it don't matter. Whatever it is that you use to gather your images, use it. As you can see, I have a direct reference for this guy that I'm painting. This reference comes from a photographer off of Instagram whose work I enjoy. I assume that they're a cinematographer because they take fantastic photos. On Instagram, they go by the name of Fachi Morin, but their name is Francisco Morin. Personally, I really like their work. It has a very dreamy aspect to it, but it's also very strong and cinematic. The colors are very bright and vibrant, and that was kind of the feel I wanted for this cover. Alright, now you can see that when working with a reference, you can do one or two things. You can eyeball it, or you can directly color pick. There are moments in here where I'm lassoing the background in that I'm directly color picking from the photo. I knew something to help me speed up the process of putting all these colors down. And then after that, I started to eyeball it a little bit. The reason that I started to eyeball it is because there's one thing that you want to do to train your eye to choose colors better. You want to be able to look at a color and, if you can, imagine a square. Now look at a color, imagine a square that particular color fills in. Now do that with smaller sections of color in a space. Once you're able to do that, it makes it very easy for you to see what's happening with a color. You can see the color temperature. You can see if it's closer to gray or if it's very saturated. Most artists will work out this skill doing plein air painting, but I know a lot of people may not have time to, go outside and have some watercolors or whatever type of paint you're gonna use and be painting and trying to mix and mix and mix. So working with a photo could help you save a bunch of time and probably save some money on paint. So when it comes to colors, you want to ask yourself questions like, is this warmer or cooler? Is this color closer to gray or is it saturated? Are these the exact colors that I'm seeing? Or is it the light tricking my mind into thinking that these are the colors that I'm seeing? For example, in this reference, the sky appears to be a regular light blue, but actually it's a cyan that's closer to green than it is to blue. The reason why that is happening is because light is a bully. The yellow light from the sun and the colors surrounding the patches of blue are bullying it to take on some of its character. Getting a halfway decent understanding of these things can help you in the long run when it comes to working with shadows and understanding color temperature. Checking out people like Marco Bucci and James Gurney. They have a bunch of talks, even books, about color and light. Being knowledgeable about light can easily improve the subjects that you're rendering. The next thing that you want to have in mind is hard and soft edges. In the cover, I use hard and soft edges, primarily soft edges to give a sense that the clouds are losing form and wisping away. But a soft edge can really tell your viewer about the shape, material, and surface of your subjects that it's made from. The hard and soft edges in this cover can tell you about the shape of the clouds and a bit about the sign in front of it and how it's interacting with the light sources. Now, if you notice, I'm not bringing up any brushes and talking about that because I believe that knowing and practicing these foundational things will be more beneficial than finding a brush to do it for you. It's best to know how to do these things with or without your special brush. Now, I really do recommend not using the airbrush because that will take away a lot from how you define an object and from hard and soft edges, as I was just recently talking about. But I do recommend, if you don't have a special brush yet, find your hard round brush that you do your line art with and get to going with it. The brush that you see me rendering with in this video is the same one that I do all my line art with. I think the only point that I really started to change my brush is when I started working on the sign, and I only changed those brushes is to help get the material down of the sign and to infer some hue switches or color switches due to lights to give the sign a bit more bounce. Those color switches like that can help make the sign or object or surface that you're working with feel more alive. Overall, I hope this was very beneficial or helpful in some type of way. Please check out those people that I recommended. That will help you get you on your way, and I hope y'all enjoyed. Peace.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.